Conservative Daily Beast correspondent Matt Lewis wrote a column that appeared this past Friday, basically saying that these Republicans that we have in the House of Representatives right now, essentially led by people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Madison Cawthorn, and he even threw in Kevin McCarthy for good measure, that they're scaring away the sane, the reasonable Republican voters. And, of course, that the Republican Party is doing possibly irreparable harm to their party and the future of the party by not courting the never-Trump voters. And he backs this up with a lot of data. I mean, he points out the fact that Trump was the first president since Herbert Hoover who lost the White House, the House, and the Senate during his tenure. That's a pretty remarkable feat that is not common in American politics. And yet Trump did it because he's hugely unpopular. But instead of distancing themselves, instead of kicking him to the curb and saying, we want nothing to do with you, the Republican Party has continued to bow down to him. And what's interesting to me, of course, about this piece is that Lewis isn't saying anything that I haven't already said. I mean, you know, if you've been watching me for a while, you know I've said these exact same things over and over and over to the point where even I'm sick of hearing them. But it's the truth. Donald Trump was a serial campaign loser. In fact, analysis of the data has shown that if he endorses you for your office that you're running for, you're actually less likely to win than if he doesn't endorse you. That's how toxic he is. He can spread this toxicity almost like a virus to other people, and then they become toxic. That's how bad the guy is. The problem is, at this point, it's too far past the Republican turning around. Because, as Lewis correctly points out, now you've got your Marjorie Taylor Greenes. Now you got your Madison Cawthorns. Now you got your Lauren Boeberts and your Matt Gaetz. Those people are the new face of the Republican Party. And they're carrying Trump's message with them. And while they do it, they're also terrifying the rest of the country. Normal people do not support Marjorie Taylor Greene. Normal people are terrified for the future of this country when they see those unhinged videos of her walking down the halls screaming and harassing her fellow members of Congress. Or the one where, even before she was elected, she was harassing AOC at her office looking like the damn Joker. Yeah, normal people don't like that. Normal people don't want to associate with that. Normal people don't want to vote for a party that openly embraces it, which is what the Republican Party has done today. And that, of course, is what Lewis is warning us about. It's not just Trump anymore. It's all of these weirdos. And the GOP can't shake that image. They have embraced it. They have welcomed these people. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene got kicked off her committees. She'll be back on them after the midterms if she wins re-election, which again, she's poised to do. And then the cycle just perpetuates itself. But in the process, as Lewis again points out, you're alienating the sane Republican voters, as he puts it, the reasonable Republicans out there, the never-Trump Republicans. You know, the GOP always used to call itself the Big Tent Party. We welcome everybody. Come on into the big tent of the GOP. And here they are. They can't even unite their own party to try to win elections. Even when, again, as Lewis points out, Biden and his Afghanistan withdrawal, even though people support the withdrawal, if they don't support the way it was done, Republicans can't capitalize on that because they went to the extreme and said, well, let's impeach the bastard. Okay, you really just kind of screwed the pooch there. And again, 14 months from now, midterms roll around, voters will have moved on from that. Voters will have absolutely moved on from that. And the Republican Party will be left with a gaggle of crazy people that the Democrats, if they are smart about it, will elevate as the new face of the Republican Party, thereby scaring off the last of those sane Republicans.